A warm welcome to our professional masterclass, dear master trainer and precious supportive audience. We are thrilled to have you joining us today, together with an expert in this field, which we have prepared to share with you. Your sights and expertise are invaluable, sir, to our global audience, and we are eager to learn from your sharing. Throughout this session together, we aim to foster meaningful discussions and enriching learning experiences. Once again, welcome abroad, dear sir. Let me give a brief introduction about you. Dear audience, our master trainer today, he is a passionate civil servant, a researcher, and technology enthusiast. He has over 20 years of experience in processing consulting, IT transformation, and automation with a Six Sigma Black Belt certification and multiple publications on low-code digital automation. As the head of process digitization of Ofgem, he is leading a team of talented professionals who are passionate about enhancing public service delivering and outcomes by harnessing the power of data and automation while respecting human dignity and values. In his previous roles, he successfully led and executed multiple digital transformation and automation programs for government departments and a global investment bank using a cloud first approach, low code platforms, and uh, data-driven insights. So, without much ado, I would like to welcome our professional master trainer to do his presentation. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Ishta. Thank you, much appreciated, and warm welcome and good afternoon, good evening to everyone. I'm Praveen Tomar. I'm based in London, United Kingdom, and I come from originally from India, but been relocated here from more than 12 years ago. And I have roughly around 23 years of experience into IT and process transformation. And today's masterclass is not about the slides or presentation or about teaching something which is available on internet on YouTube. It's more coming from my experience of 23 years in terms of process transformation, process improvement, and process improvement through low code automation. So this is very much hands-on experience which I'm trying to give you through this masterclass. So give me a second. I'll start sharing my screen in a moment.
Yeah, you. I think you have to upload again because it's removed.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. So I just started sharing my screen and I'll be in presentation mode Easter, so I may not be able to see if you have any
Okay.
questions or any hand raised.
Can you
So
see the screen now? Yeah, it's
yeah.
visible to us. It's visible. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's visible to the audience as well. So
Okay.
you can start.
So this is about me in terms of, I'm based in London. I work for the UK government department called Ofgem, Office for the Gas, Electricity and Market. And I have done a lot of process improvement program in my current role, in previous role as well. And but today we are specifically focusing on the topic is business process improvement through low code automation. So what does that mean by low code automation along with artificial intelligence? I thought, okay, initially I'll focus only on the low code automation, but then I thought, okay, maybe adding an AI element would also add, excitement in the deck and also will add further value to the class. So this is our agenda to begin with. First of all, we need to understand what is business process improvement, and then we will talk about what is low code process automation and what it means for business processes. And then we will also talk about the challenges and limitations and what are the popular future trends in the area of low code automation and process improvements. Then I swiftly move into the basic definition, right? So when we talk about uh, why do we need low code automation? Why do we need business process improvement, right? So isn't it life is already good and process is already working fine? No one is dying. There is no urgency to improve something. No, it's not like that. So as a business head, as a business CEO or head of the department, CXO, CIO, they always have immense pressure of doing more and delivering more with the less resources. And that's the, I would say, mother of business process improvement. So before we get into the business process improvement, let's understand what is business process. And before we get into the business process, let's understand what is a process. So a process, especially if we talk about in the context of an organization or a company or an academic institute, is a flow of interconnected activities that build upon each other and form an output, product, and services. That is called process. And you can see that very nice, simple depiction of what is process. You have a department, you have a customer, you have a starting point, you have an end point, and some steps you perform to complete the business process and deliver final product and services to your end customer. So this is called process. This is how a process looks like typically in any organization. Now let's understand what is business process, right? So business process is pretty much what I've explained earlier, but slightly more. So we not only deliver the product and services, but we also take care of customer satisfaction, right? So business process is defined as a series of tasks, set of activities performed by a group of stakeholder to achieve an organizational goal. Like some organization have a goals uh, like a software company, they wanted to have a you know EBITDA or the profit after tax 20% of their annual sale or 10% of their annual sale. So it's their goal. Or some organizations have objective to deliver more value to the people's life by improving business processes or delivering more value for their money in terms of providing quality product and services, which is Apple also says the same thing. Apple, famous iPhone company. And the processes are performed by people system. When I say system, means IT systems and application in a structured manner to attain a predefined objective. And this all seems quite complex, but in a simple way, we have a set of activities, we have some input in the process, and we deliver some kind of output in the form of product and services. And why we do these product business processes? Because we have a customers, we have a end customer, business users, right? Whatever activity which we do in our organization, end customer is driving that changes. End customer is expecting some product and services from us. So what are the good example? There are some very basic fundamental example of business processes. Like in any organization, we are talking about an organization like corporate entity or an enterprise organizations, like an IT company or a consulting firm or an investment bank or an or academic institute. So in all these organizations, there are some standard set of organizations, a standard set of functions, right, which work together and also work individually to deliver a more value and intended product and services to their end consumer and customer or even for students. Let's say, for example, we have HR function, which basically takes care of employees onboarding, performance management, leave management, hiring and firing, etc. We have another function called finance, which basically perform activities like account receivable, expense reporting, budgeting, and forecasting. We also have some example from the procurement or supply chain management functions like supplier management, PO, purchase order processing, creation of purchase order, and processing of purchase order to the supplier for providing goods and services to the organization. Contract management, like finding a new vendor, new supplier for the organizations, and creating a legal documentation, etc. Then we also have technology operations or the technology department in almost everywhere in any organization, right? In nowadays, without IT, information technology, nobody can survive practically. So like processes like IT service management, let's say something goes wrong, your system is not working, any application, your laptop is broke, not working, your one of the application is not working, you need IT service management to handle these kind of issues and problems. We have infrastructure management, like overseeing ensuring optimal performance of all hardware, software, infrastructure components. And also sub functions like cybersecurity, the data or the information or the processes which we are doing should be secured from all kind of malware, cyber threats, or ransomware, or all kind of malicious threats from outside of the organization. And also we have organization sub function called customer service, like ticket management, customer feedback. Whenever we deliver any product or services, obviously customer is, the intent is to make happy, but this is not happen 100% time. So sometimes customer is not happy and they want to give feedback. So collecting that feedback, analyzing their data, and taking corrective and preventive action on those feedback is called customer feedback loop. Then also the customer service team takes care of service level agreements. Like very good example is, uh, though it's not directly related, but Domino's Pizza. When you order the Domino's Pizza, it says, it promised that we will deliver you in 20 minutes. So that's the service level agreement. Then marketing and sales, which is an integral part of any organization. So what it does in terms of business processes, the marketing and sales team, they do the lead generation, they do the campaign management, they also do the forecasting in terms of sales pipeline management, etc. So this is a typical example of business processes. So before we get into or delve into deeper into what is business process improvement, we need to understand what is business processes, right? Now, coming on to the $1 million question, why do we need to improve business processes? Is there benefit? Is there financial gain? Is there better customer satisfaction? Or is it improving the efficiency? There should be some reason, some motivation to do the process improvement. Otherwise, why somebody will invest energy and resources? So there are some obvious benefits of process improvement is process efficiency. Cost efficiency means lesser cost involved to deliver more work or the more to the customer. Reduce cycle time or the processing time from the processes. Reduce the process variability. Improve the process visibility, quality and better quality compliance and regulation, and optimum processes, right? So like we are not doing any extra steps or extra work to deliver the product and services to the end customer. So these are the typical benefit of doing process improvement in any organization. There are many more reasons, but few of them I'm just trying to highlight here. And obviously the fundamental driving force is that everybody wants to deliver more, and they have a constant pressure of delivering and doing more with the less resources. When I say less resources, means less budget, less resources, less people, less workforce, less IT system, less licensing cost. And but we have, our expectation is to deliver more with the less, and that's why we need process improvement. And also there is one more important aspect is of process improvement is to identify the and eliminate the waste, like inefficient work or the practices which wherever it is going in the processes, identifying them and removing them is also called process improvement. Cool. So now how we can improve fine, we have understood we need to improve business processes, but how we can improve business processes? So are there recommended methodology or the method or the recommended set of practices by following which we can improve the business processes? Yes, there are many. Like Lean Six Sigma is a very popular age-old technique to improve the business processes by eliminating the variation or the standard deviation from the process. There's another method called business process management, BPM, managing your processes using the BPM methodology and the model. IT automation, wherever possible, if you can bring the IT automation and eliminate the human intervention from the process, also help in terms of improving the business processes. There is another latest in the list of process improvement methodology or the technique is low code automation, which is our topic of today and my personal favorite. Then another method called process transformation, process reengineering, continuous improvement, and process optimization. So there are many more, but we will focus in today's masterclass only on the low code automation and artificial intelligence to some extent as well. So let's get into what is, you must be hearing a lot about nowadays low code automation, like like RPA, robotic process automation, a graphical user interface based automation like Microsoft Power Platform, also many other low code platform which is just simply requires some drag and drop interface to build an automation solution to improve the business processes quickly without actually requiring a proper coding and programming skill set. So I'm not saying we don't need it, coding and programming skill set, but we need some of them. We don't need a proper computer science or software engineering degree or 10 years of experience in coding to work on or developing a process improvement solution using low code. A normal business user with few weeks of proper training can also develop a simple and moderately complex solution by themselves. So I just try to divide the entire low code platform or no code platform in three different buckets: coding, code, the proper coding language or the programming language or the skills when programmer needed to have to build any kind of solution, like Python, Java, .NET. These are the programming languages, right? But low code like ServiceNow, UiPath. UiPath is a one of the most popular robotic process automation solution. Microsoft Power Platform is also catching up very nicely, and it's coming really very good. They are improving their product and services very well. Pega BPM is also one of them. And the no code solution is our Appian, Creatio, Jotform, and various other flow-based programming platform which are available in the market. So if you can see, these are the also information available on the Forrester and Gartner's websites. So now since we have understood what is low-code automation, and you can see that the first circle where you're seeing some kind of coding, programming, text on the black screen, that's called code. And low code, you can see some digital flows or flow diagrams along with some partial coding. And no code, where you don't have any low code at all, you just have a play button, like working on the spreadsheet, Microsoft spreadsheet or Excel sheet. We don't need to be a coder, we don't have to have any kind of skill set or knowledge. However, we need some training, some basic training, how to understand the key functionality of Microsoft Excel formulas, how we do that, how we create the data table, how we analyze the data, how we can create graph, etc. So now, since we have understood what is low code automation at very high level, and then the next big question arises is, why do we need, or why do we choosing only the low code automation, right? What's the benefit of selecting low code automation over so many other methodology or the technique? And to begin with, starting with the low barrier to entry. So since it does not require any proper programming language skill set or software engineering degree or the 4-year college degree, so anybody can learn it. Your existing business users can learn it and start building the digital solution for your organization to improve the business processes. And the cost of building the solution and deploying is deployment time is very less, so that's why it's beneficial. It can also work and sit over the top of legacy systems like your Salesforce, CRM solutions, or mainframe applications, COBOL. So these are the application which does not integrate, or they do not have open open points to connect and talk programmatically with other IT systems and application, called API, application programming interface, right? So it's very difficult to automate business processes which are using any kind of legacy systems or application, but RPA or the low code automation can help a lot. So quickly, so as I've already explained and mentioned, that low code solution, typically if a business process is moderately complex, simple to moderately complex, a solution to automate end-to-end business process may not take more than 6 to 8 week times, and compare it with proper IT systems development. It might take 6 months time to 1 year time to build a proper IT system solution. So that's why it is quite beneficial, can be built quickly, can be deployed quickly, and in future, whenever there is a need arises to sunset or to decommission the application, it's very easy. Just unplug the button of the your low code solution, and it's decommissioned, right? So it's very easy to build, deploy, and also to decommission from the existing system. And also it helps in terms of lower maintenance. So when something is changed, business processes are keep changing, keep evolving, because they are driven by the end customer. And so obviously we need to keep improving our digital solution, or automation also keep changing, and for that we need to do some kind of maintenance, right? Maintenance and plus change, further modification of feature and functionality, which is quite simple and easy in the low code platform, compared to traditional IT system, where we need to raise a big change request and it should go through the change advisory board, and then finally it will come for the DevOps team for the design and development, and redeploy the updated solution. And also this helps in terms of increasing the productivity across the team, and it also helps in terms of democratization of the software development. So it's not only the proper software engineering or software development team who are building the solution, but with low code automation, even the business itself, let's say a business called customer service team, they can build their own solution by learning the basics of the low code automation in few weeks. So they don't have a dependency on the IT team or software development team to build a simple solution for them, like sending a standard MI report, management information reports, to the key customer on every day in the morning. It's a quite mechanical, mundane, repeated, rule-based task or the work, right? Which is, and sometimes you have to come office very early in the morning to send out those MI reports to everybody, right? But with automation, you can sit at home and the robot or the bot or the low-code solution can take care of this work. So freeing up human capacity from doing the low code, from the work which is not a very exciting, but it's operationally needed. It's very important, but it's like quite mechanical in nature, quite repeated in nature. And that kind of business processes are very good or suitable use cases for low code automation solution. And as I've mentioned, rapid prototyping can be built as a proof of concept or prototyping very quickly, and showcase the value to the senior leadership team, how quickly a solution can be built. It also helps in terms of doing the discovery work, or doing some kind of innovation through the development, right? So low code platform supports a lot, and give a lot of agility, flexibility in terms of doing the discovery work, R&D work, innovation work. And and this gives a lot of bandwidth and capacity to the business, so they can invest their time in doing the work which is absolutely required for the business, right? To do which is their core competency. Let's imagine a situation or the scenario of an investment bank. I used to work for an investment bank in United States, in Florida, sometime back, and they had a very huge IT team. Uh, why do they need so many thousands of people in IT team? Their core job and core business is investment banking, not the IT team. So it has become an IT organization within an investment bank, right? Which is probably they don't need it, right? So they can focus on the key critical IT systems and application. Rest of the thing they can build low-code automation solution, which they are building now, and everybody understanding this, right? So if you see the growth in the low-code automation, I'll show you the trend later. It's phenomenal. Quickly moving on to the what kind of business problems. So probably right now it sounds or appear like low-code solution can solve all kind of problem. No, it cannot. It has its own limitation, right? So we need to understand what kind of business problem it can solve, what kind of business processes it can improve through automation. So like the security point of view, right? So sometimes it's a automated script, so it does not understand or does not have human intelligence. So there might be sometimes security related issues. It can send sensitive information or data to the external users, and it's quite inflexible sometimes, but most of the time it is. Nowadays the solution are quite flexible, but it used to be inflexible earlier. And and any IT system or application which is required third party portal, IT system, or the website, it does not integrate well. Or any IT system which is required to have multi-factor authentication or captcha or reCAPTCHA, or where we have to declare. Remember, whenever we try to log in some website, they ask them, hey, are you a bot or are you a human? So for those kind of business processes, we cannot automate. Quickly moving on to the example, real life example. So like low code automation, and I'm specifically picking on the robotic process automation, that what kind of use cases or the business processes it can automate. So you can see that on the screen, there are some green, black screen with the green text, which is, I'm sure most of you will recognize this IBM mainframe screen. This is, we call it legacy system. These systems were built somewhere in 1980s, and still many of the banks and organization are still using it to store their a lot of informations. And yeah, and they are quite archaic in nature. So people with this kind of a skill set to develop and maintain mainframe application or legacy systems are very few, and nobody wants to learn. In modern days, in universities, when young graduates are coming out, they don't want to invest their time in learning the programming language which is no longer in use, or nobody wants to, and they're not very cool, they are quite complex in nature, right? So nobody wants to invest their time, bandwidth, and resources. And all the business processes which are quite rule-based, standard, follow a system and patterns. Let's say an example like spreadsheet manipulation, sending a standard email or reading a standard email or categorizing your emails which are coming to your mailbox in a proper automated way. These are the good use cases for low code automation using RPA. And also sending is converting Word document into PDF and extracting tables from the PDF, putting it into the Excel sheet, and applying standard business logic, sending standard emails using Microsoft Team, etc. These are the very, very good examples of low code automation. And I would also like to share, very good example of how Google Gmail team, they came up with the business process improvement through automation. Just give me a moment. If you can see my screen, I will share you my yep, this one. So I'm not sure if anybody knows, in earlier days, it was only just one mailbox used to happen. If you can see my screen, just one mailbox. But few years back, around 6-7 years back, they've categorized it to 3 different categories: primary email, promotions, and social emails, right? So it is very easy, right? And there might be more required, right? Maybe 6-7 type of more tab required to classify your emails, which are, email is a kind of communication, right? Which we all get. So yeah, so that helps in terms of user to read their email and prioritize their email, time, that okay, they want to focus on reading the primary email, or whenever they have extra time, they can go ahead and do the read the promotion emails, which might be, some of them they find it interesting, or they can read their social emails, like updates or the alerts which they might have received on LinkedIn or Facebook or Insta, etc. So this is very good example of business process improvement. And I also want to show you one very good video which I did manage to figure it out. Give me a moment. So
I'm representing Luminor Bank. We are the third largest financial service provider in Baltic countries. We provide a wide set of financial services to more than 870,000 customers. We have around 2,300 employees. I'm representing development team in Luminor, which is using various automation technologies as RPA and BPM to deliver highly automated processes to our business partners. We mainly automate lending domain related processes, as for example, corporate lending, consumer lending, mortgage lending, and so on. So currently in Luminor, Bizachi platform is used by more than 500 users. We have different type of processes. Some are more automated, some are more user-centric. Currently, we have approximately 20 to 30,000 transactions monthly. In Luminor, we have several processes, especially in the consumer lending, where we want to build them in a way that we limit all the manual activities for the employees so that the most of the things could be carried out by the system themselves. And we rely highly on the custom connectors. So basically, we have more than 15 different connectors built, and each connector has multiple interfaces. So basically, custom connectors, in our case, allow us to build highly automated processes and connect Bizachi with other internal or external systems.
Yeah, so this was very interesting video from one of the low code solution provider Bizaki, and they managed to solve a lot of problem issues, or the bring in a lot of process efficiency in a mortgage business for one of the leading Eastern European bank. And then I'll quickly move on to in terms of the growth of low code automation, but today I'm just focusing on the RPA, not on other low code platform. So if you see that how the market is growing, right, since last 5 years, since 2020, it used to be close to 2 billion US dollar, and right now it's close to $7 billion, and it is anticipated to cross $24 billion by 2030. So it's growing phenomenally, exponentially. So if anybody wants to learn or invest their time or gain the skill set of low code automation, this is the right time because the market is growing, right? If you compare it with the Java programming or any other proper programming language, right, the market is still growing, but you have hundreds and thousands of people already available with that skill set. But low code automation platform is relatively new, so very few people, niche skill set required, very few people are available. So investing in learning the low code platform will help a lot, may help you in landing a very good job as well, highly paid jobs. Okay, so now I want to move on to give you glimpses of what kind of low code platforms, popular low code platform. There are hundreds and probably thousands of low code platforms are available in the market, but I want to talk about only few which I have worked upon, and I have hands-on experience of developing the digital solution or automated solution using these low code platforms like UiPath, WorkFusion, Automation Anywhere, Blue Prism, IBM, WDG solutions. So these are the top five of my pick based on my experience. The only advantage, or I would say slightly different low code platform here at Oddman Out, is WorkFusion, which has some AI capabilities as well. So it comes with some machine learning capabilities. I'm sure everybody knows in nowadays machine learning is a fundamental for developing any artificial intelligence or generative AI model. So WorkFusion comes with that functionality. However, other low-code automation platform developers or the suppliers or the vendors, they are also coming up slowly with that AI capability. And if anybody is interested, honestly, in learning this low-code platform, here are the links if you want to learn, like academy.uipath.com. You don't have to have any software programming or coding skill set. From this academy, you can start learning these low-code platform from the scratch. Similarly, university.blueprism.com, www.ibm.com, and /product robotic process automation. And then we have Automation Anywhere University, Automation Academy for WorkFusion. So these are the quite popular portals to start learning low code platform, especially RPA from the scratch. Okay, so what next? So as I mentioned earlier, so we will not only discuss the low code platform, but we'll also talk about a little bit of AI, right? So it's a one of the most buzzword in the market right now, especially in industry and the job market. If anybody is having slightest or very any kind of experience, dealing or handling AI solution or building AI solutions, their resume stand outs compared to all other candidates. So let's start. Let's understand what is. Let's dissect this word artificial intelligence, right? So we all understand it's a simple English, right? It does not require any cognitive skills to decipher the code of artificial intelligence. What's the meaning of artificial intelligence? So intelligence stand for can be defined as a generic, but the general mental ability for reasoning, problem solving, and learning, because it's general nature, right? So it's based on certain patterns. And intelligence integrates cognitive functions such as perception, attention, memory, language, or planning. And now, before we get into the AI, let's also get into what is human intelligence, which is natural intelligence, which is just opposite of artificial intelligence, right? Is the ability to think, learn from the experience, and solve the problem, and to adapt to the new situation. Intelligence is important because it has an impact on many human behaviors and the survival as well, right? Now let's talk about what is artificial intelligence. What is AI? So AI leverages the computer and machine to mimic the problem solving and decision making capabilities of the human mind. This is the most appropriate definition of AI I could figure it out on internet, and this is I liked it as well. And this is given by IBM, and IBM is pioneer in terms of designing the AI platform and AI solution using IBM Watson platform. So where we can use machine learning and artificial intelligence in real life to solve the complex business problem. So like customer support, we can build chatbot which can understand the text, standard text. We can do natural language programming analysis. We can have a voice bots which can interact with the end user and the customer. Face recognition, intent prediction, like somebody is very angry and they are saying, hey, my electricity connection is not working, my boiler is not working, and they are calling or they are connecting with somebody, or internet is not working, somebody is connected with the internet service provider and on the phone, and they are very angry because they have to attend some office meeting and internet is not working, so they cannot log in, and they are screaming out of their lungs. So obviously intent can be predicted by human intelligence, but also with the help of artificial intelligence. It can also help in terms of data analysis, in terms of analyzing the data, visualization, manipulation, and transforming the data to infer the meaningful insights and take the corrective action based on these insights. But also there is a cognitive intelligence or the human intelligence also required to understand these insights. And sometimes stats and data lies. So common sense is also required. We can also use machine learning and artificial intelligence to do the demand forecasting, fraud management, specifically in the credit card or the banking industry, because there's a lot of historical data available for the end user or the customer. And yeah, and crunching this data on the real time basis, we need a very powerful machines, processor, and algorithm, machine learning algorithm, to figure it out. Any person has done the fraud, and basis on that they can decide whether he or she is eligible for the increased credit score or the credit limit or the more credit cards, etc. Image and video recognition, this is being used highly in the Western world, especially in UK and the United States, for identifying the criminals and the hot spot for the crimes based on the image recognition and video recognition, which are captured from all the traffic signals and all the conspicuous places where high propensity of crime. And also it helps in terms of predicting the customer behavior, like e-commerce. Amazon, we all do shopping, we all like doing shopping on Amazon, right? And we see that every time whenever we browse Amazon, we get a lot of recommendation in terms of product and services based on your buying behavior in the past. It understand, it decipher your pattern, and it makes you recommendations. So this is a very good classic example of machine learning. And I would like to share some good platform and low code AI platform and machine learning platform, which I have worked. So WorkFusion, as I've mentioned, IBM Watson, PyCaret, CreateML, Apple product, which is absolutely fantastic. Obviously, .ai and Super Annotate is very good platforms. So if anybody is interested, just Google it. There is a lot of, tons of material available on the websites of these organizations to learn and start learning AI and ML platform from the scratch. And that's it from my side. Thank you very much. That's all from my side. Easter, if I'm not sure if you are still there or you got bored or you.
No, I'm here. I'm enjoying your class. I have to go through again because I have to also look at my life and everything
Okay.
together while we are presenting. So I'm a bit distracted because I have to also watch the
No,
live.
that's okay. Yeah, that's
So
okay.
I'll watch again. I'll still watch again. It's such an
Mm-hmm.
interesting class. Wow, really, really, very technical. And you today you had very good audience,
Okay, thank you.
very good audience in the sense that quality audience. Yeah, I've been,
Mm.
although they didn't comment there, but they are watching your
Yeah.
presentation for quite some time, including the young chap, one of my students. He's also watching, been watching for some time. So this means it's interesting. People are interested in this topic as well. Yeah, majority are not interested in technical things. They're only interested in how they can use, how can apply, how it's going to make their life easy. That's all. Okay, can I ask few questions to learn from you? I think
Yeah,
our
please.
audience can also learn since you are the expert in this area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, say that I prepared some questions. Yeah, what are the key benefits of implementing low um, what are the benefits, key benefits of implementing low code automation in any organization?
No, that's really good
It could
question, sir.
be, yeah, it could be a reputation of what you have
No,
shared. Okay,
absolutely.
so we can refresh our what our memory, as well as reiterate a
Yeah,
good points you have. Okay, to
absolutely. So,
educate our audience.
yeah. So,
Fantastic.
so from based on my experience and also from recommended from across the top research uh, journals like Gartner, Forrester, and you know the biggest benefits or the key benefits I would say using low code automation is to drive the process efficiency. Like we want to do more with the less resources. Like we want to deliver more product and services with the less human resources or less organization resources, and that's how the low code automation helps in terms of delivering the more output with the less resources in terms of productivity improvement, cost reduction of organization, identifying and eliminating waste from the process, like non-value added activities from the processes, and also helping in terms of improving the employee engagement, right? So we cannot ignore the human factor. We all are humans, right? We work with people and we need to have a human, job satisfaction. Imagine a work where people entire day spending, dealing with the copy pasting data from the one spreadsheet to another spreadsheet and sending those standard data table into the email. It's not a fun, right? It's a boring job. So taking that kind of taking the robot or the mechanical work out of humans and allowing them to become more human so they can spend more time in taking a coffee break or
Yes.
talking to their colleague or talking to the end customer, right, which is required human skills, cognitive skills. So that's how I would say local automation helps a lot.
Yeah, that's what we are looking forward to, because now AI and all this machine learning and all
Yeah.
that, making people more like robots. So, but
Yeah.
also by applying that, we if we are
Yeah.
going to use it effectively, it's going to help us to be more human. Yeah, I'm very interested in this, helping us to become more human. That is most important. It's not that how sophisticated
Absolutely.
we are with the machineries. Okay, next, how many questions can I ask you today?
Yeah, as long as you have questions, right? And
Because
I
this
just
is a
want to
very
say,
important topic for this era. Yeah,
mm,
it may
absolutely.
appears to be boring for many of them, but I think at the same time, equally or more people are interested to learn about this. So by this having this interactive part of asking Q and A's, I think we will learn even more and remember better.
Absolutely.
Okay, so what factors should be considered when choosing a low code automation solution for our business?
Another very good question is, sir. So when we are selecting or choosing, I will try to answer in a two step. One is when we are selecting a low code platform, so we need to see as an organization what is our core competency. Like the example which I quoted, as an investment bank or an academic institute. They need to focus. They don't need to create an IT organization, right? They don't need to hire so many software developers, solution architect, enterprise architect, QA tester, quality tester, software tester. No. So if you don't want to invest, do not go and buy a coding heavy low code platform. Try to invest which is simply drag and drop like a spreadsheet. When we want to sum of a row or a column, we just drag them and just type sum, right? It's very simple, intuitive. Anybody can learn it in few weeks of training. So what is your requirement? And once you selected the low code automation, we need to select the business processes. Which kind of business processes are suitable for low code automation? So business processes like sending a standard thank you email right after somebody participated in, let's say, some customer feedback webinar, right? So typing a standard thank you email to 5,000 people will, even if it takes 1 minute, you need a 5,000 minute, right? Creating a simple automated solution which will just pick up it will work like a machine. It's a script, right? It does not ask for the paid holiday. It does not ask for the leave. It does not get sick. Keep sending email till the time. And it's much faster and much satisfying. Humans are having a tendency to do the errors, like we do typo, we do spell mistake, we do grammar mistakes, we do grammar. But the bot and the scripts, low code automations, and they don't do it. They are quite professional.
I think we need that because everybody is like busy one after another. We have to do things.
Yeah,
I do a lot of mistake when I have to type a long text or
yeah,
long emails. I never liked it. So by having this, AI assistance in low code,
yeah,
I think it will also improve the quality of our work. Yeah,
absolutely.
the time
Absolutely.
and
Uh,
quality.
many example in our real life situation when we have to remember the birthdays of our friends, dear ones. We can't keep it everything in head, right? But our low code friend, right? Or maybe a simple calendar, Microsoft calendar can remind you if your friends are having birthday today. So those are the kind of example of automation, right? So you don't have to remember everything in your head, right? You don't have to remember the phone number of all the top good restaurant nearby. You can just simply ask Google Assistant, hey, can you dial to nearest, let's say, Chinese cuisine nearby me and book a table for 5 people? It can do it on your behalf, right? So you don't have to spend your time on doing these kind of mundane, which is not very interesting kind of work. Yeah,
Okay, you see, I just want to know, you see, like now we are too dependent on this. Like you say, well,
yeah,
you don't have to remember too many things. You put everything in the calendar, you put everything, yeah. Even writing notes, what to buy, groceries, I put in my notebook.
yeah.
As it finish, put there, easy, easy. So by the time I go to the groceries, everything is there. I know what to buy. I can plan. So easy. So do you think this also uh, by having the assistance of AI and all that, we are becoming lazier,
The answer is yes, we are.
especially mental calculation, especially.
Yeah,
As an accounts person, I depend, like I've been using a lot of my
mm,
calculator all the time to do my work, so used
yeah,
to using it. Then when somebody asks me to just calculate few numbers, my mind just rejects. So same like that.
absolutely.
When you have to depend on this, put everything, make your life easy. It has
No,
advantage and disadvantage, right? Advantage is that you don't burden because
yeah,
now we are, it's very stressful. You don't burden your mind, right, with too
absolutely,
many stuff and cause unnecessary stress to yourself. That is the
absolutely.
best part of it. Yeah.
Absolutely. And
But again,
judicious use of technology. I would say judicious usage of
judicious.
technology, how much you want to use it, right? Let's say if you have to remember five critical or most important phone number, like your near family members or near friends, dear friends, that's it. But let's say if you have to ask you to remember 50 or 500 phone number, you can't remember. Human brain has kept its
I don't
limitation.
want to remember any of my
Uh,
friends' phone number. I don't
yeah,
want. I want to keep it free to
yeah,
remember more important stuffs. So, like what you
yeah,
say is true. Maybe you can remember three, not so
yeah,
many. Yeah, okay. Okay. I think got a point there. Okay, now, okay, can I ask one more question?
yeah,
One
yeah,
or two
please go ahead.
more? Do you have time?
Yeah,
I
I have 5 more minutes. Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, great. How can low code automation help in increasing collaboration and communication within teams? How can
Absolutely.
a low code automation help in increasing the collaboration and communication within teams?
That's a really good question. So low code automation can help us in terms of, uh, sharing the document. Like, you want to share a one document with everybody, but only certain content to be accessed by a few people, right? So you can't go and customize the setting for everybody. Let's say in a team, you have 200 team members and they are located in a different geographies, some of them in the United States, some of them in Eastern Europe, some of them in Western Europe. It's a probably 1 month job for somebody to do and do the security setting or permission setting, but a low code automation can help us, right? In terms of you just need to teach him once and after that it will do it automatically. Also, it can help us in terms of building the chatbot using low code platform IBM Watson, right? Like frequently asked questions within the team. Let's say somebody is the new in the team, and that person wants to learn about a new process, like how to apply for a leave or how to apply for half day leave, something like that, right? So you, they don't need to reach out, right? The FAQ chatbot can help them and redirect them to the right process, documents, etc. So this will help in reducing a lot of time and bandwidth from the team, and also it helps in terms of communication, in terms of like you if just for an example, if we can create a small database of all the team members important occasion, like their work anniversary, their birthdays, their marriage anniversaries, if somebody is blessed with kids, boy or girl, these intelligent automation or the low code automation can pick those alerts and send standard email to everybody, right? So 200 people like sending, and you will immediately get to know, okay, there's a point of celebration in the team. Somebody has got 10 years completed in the organization, and it gives personal touch, right? When somebody recognize someone's dedication and hard work, somebody has worked for the organization for 5 years, 10 years, it should be recognized, it should be celebrated, right? So that's
Yes.
a few examples. There are many examples, but these are the two quick example I came up, and I thought, okay, this is how it can help building a quick chatbot within the team and share the information, knowledge, create frequently asked questions template, and also help in terms of giving the personal touch in communication.
Okay. Last question.
Yeah.
Okay. Last question. How can we ensure security and compliance standards are met when using low code automation tools? May I
That's very
repeat?
much, I
Yeah.
got it. This is one of the very
Yeah.
important question, and one of the, I would say, Ashley Hill, a pain point for the low code automation, because it's like a machine. It's a scripted. It's a program, right? It does not have cognitive intelligence. If something goes wrong, it can go wrong repeatedly multiple times, like in a machine mode, right? So there are concern, but my advice to anybody is who is picking up the low code solution or identifying the use cases or the business processes for low code automation, always involve your information security team at the very early stage of the opportunity assessment. So do not wait when you build the solution and then inviting information security or cyber security team to review the solution. No, start them, involve them as soon as possible so they can flag it out if the process required any compliance related approval or the review, or we cannot do it. It's because of it's a mandatory requirement from the compliance side. So obviously as a IT or the software developer, you may not know everything, but my advice is to involve all the key stakeholder in the project as early as possible to flash it out and flag it out in terms of if there is any concern or the risk associated with automation.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah. You see, I would say excellent, interesting, informative, captivating presentation today. And the best part is you're willing to answer all the questions. And I normally don't ask so many questions because, yeah, normally I don't ask because, and if at all we want to ask, we'll normally prepare the question for the uh, trainer or panelist. But in your case, I know need not give you the questions because you are expert in this area and you'll be able to answer every question. I was very confident. I know you are not aware that I'm going to ask you so many questions, but I know that you can do it, Mr. Praveen. Okay, so fantastic. I'm very sure you audience have enjoyed it, and it's a treasure for all of us. So you can always go back to my timeline, and I'll post it on my YouTube. You can have learn and have a look at it again and again. Okay, it's really interesting. Thank you so much, Mr. Praveen,
Thank you,
for this
ma'am. Thank you,
wonderful
Esther.
class.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you for this wonderful class. Thank you for dear audience for your precious time for joining us today. Next week we'll meet with another interesting topic with another distinguished, um, well versed trainer. Yeah, just look out for the topic. Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you,